Madonna on the cross. P. Diddy on the cross. Nas on the cross. The baby on the cross.
Give me your Mount Rushmore of conspiracies that maybe you don't think are true, but just that you find the most interesting.
Dementia within 20 to 30-year-olds is spiking.
Hey, Segovia, back with another one. Hope everyone out there's having a good day, y'all. We got a good one coming up today. We're going to take a walk down the dark side of TikTok. We got Bad Bunny wearing a skirt. We got the NFL NBA is rigged. We got pink Himalayan salt. I can keep going on for days and days, y'all. But before we get into the video, y'all, make sure you guys watch the whole video. That helps the channel grow more than a like and more than a subscribe. So make sure you guys watch from beginning to end. But with that being said, let's get into the video, y'all. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Gonna lie, y'all. Bad Bunny outfit is weird to me. This man really went to his abuela closet and picked out this outfit.
Abuela's closet.
He chose to put on a skirt, y'all. When something feels weird, it's usually a reason why. Nothing in this industry is random. Not the timing, not the styling, and not the image that they put out to the world. Bad Bunny didn't just wake up and be like, let me go to my abuela closet and just put on this skirt and jacket today and go get fleeked up on the nails. Because yes, y'all, the nails is done too. And he had to show everybody. And of course, Kylie Jenner's in the background. This man is about to perform for the NFL Super Bowl halftime, which is going to have probably upwards of 100 million people watching. And I'm telling y'all think this image right here is crazy? Watch what he do during the Super Bowl. The industry always throws something out there to shake up the room. This is their way of controlling the masses, to get people talking, to get people emotional. Maybe to some of y'all, this is just fashion. But to me, the timing is too precise. And the energy is too intentional. And the message is too calculated. Y'all stay tuned. It's about to get real crazy.
Dementia within 20 to 30-year-olds is spiking.
Oh, gosh.
They actually said there's a 400% increase in dementia in ages 30 to 44.
Do they know what's up?
Scrolling. They said it's ruining memory, attention span, and it's literally turning into dementia.
When are we going to say enough is enough and throw these things in a lake?
That's crazy.
400% increase.
Scrolling online is just biologically changing.
It's the attention span and memories going down. It's literally corroding our minds.
Dude, I believe it.
Not just like, oh, their memory's not as good. It's like dementia.
Terrible.
Is it because you're like only exercising like your dopamine receptor and then everything else is atrophying or something?
It's possible.
I mean, the anxiety too. We've talked about looking out at water, and just like looking out to a horizon does something to the brain where it can like reset everything. And it kind of brings like scriptures to mind where it says like, be still and know that I am God.
Doesn't it say scroll and know that I'm God?
What happened with...
I think it's the food, y'all. I think it's the food. That's a big part of it. Scrolling might be, but I think it's really the food. The prostate cancer is up through the roof for young kids. As we see dementia, Alzheimer's, I think a lot of it is the food. That's my opinion. All these highly processed foods.
Is the same thing. There was a whistleblower by the name of Robert Garza. He worked there and there was a meeting with a VP. And what happened was he was secretly recording him. This guy's pretty smart doing this.
Why was he doing that?
Here's the thing. He was actually doing this for insurance. I figured it out. The reason he was recording him, the guy was just saying a bunch of wild shit, right? He was saying racist stuff about company and people in the company. He was obviously talking about the food, saying how it's bioengineered meat. He doesn't want to eat
3D printed meat,
right? He was saying all this stuff. He already knew he was going to report this guy. So he started taping. So he was like, just in case, if I go report this and I get fired, now I got some insurance.
So how old was that footage? How long was he?
That just happened last year.
Oh, so he held it for a year.
Yeah, he just had, but here's the thing though. He had it for, not too long. And the fact that he already knew he was going to get fired, in which he did. So dude goes to the higher ups, shows him the tape and say, hey, the VP is doing X, Y, and Z. He gets fired for blowing the whistle.
The guy.
Yes. So he gets, because the VP, he must have some pull, he probably knows all the people higher up, whatever. He probably made the money. Yeah. So the fact that he's telling and then he gets fired, he was like, okay, bet. So he gets fired, turns around, hits him with a lawsuit, and then says, hey, I was wrongly terminated because I showed you guys this and they terminated me. So he knew what he was doing. But now he has a massive lawsuit. Campbell's is tanking right now because I saw videos of people on TikTok throwing away their cans.
But y'all, again, how fucking stupid can you be to be eating Campbell's soup in 2025? For real. Are y'all really like looking at the back of your food. If you can't read or understand the ingredients, you shouldn't be eating it. It should be very clear. Peanuts, milk, this, that. You should be able to understand every single ingredient. This is the new rule I want you guys to do. If you look on the back of your whatever you get at the store and you can't understand it, pronounce it, or you don't know what the fuck it is, and you gotta start Googling shit, don't get it. It's that simple.
We're addicted to it, y'all. They put addictive stuff in there. It's like drugs.
Y'all ever look at old school maps and realize that there's mermaids and krakens and fucking sea creatures in the corners? And some of them have depictions of ice walls with actual passageways that lead to maybe other worlds. And don't get me wrong, medieval and Renaissance map drawers were probably relying on sailors' tales to draw these maps. And how those tales and myths blurred with geography, and how today we think of a map as precise and scientific, but back then, a map was as much as an artistic interpretation as a factual guide. Some historians think that the ice walls drawn on these old maps might have just been a practical warning that wooden ships of the era weren't exactly built to ram through frozen waters. Or maybe they were deliberately drawn to hide what explorers had actually found. Maybe ships did reach lands beyond the frozen edge. You know, instead of drawing the actual fucking coastline, they filled the margins with monsters and icy fortresses, leaving curious eyes to assume it was all dangerous imagination rather than a real hidden world. Or it could have just been map drawers that were bored and didn't like the fact that their ocean was empty, so they had to add a kraken or a mermaid or a sea creature. Or maybe those wild tales of sea serpents and mermaids weren't entirely real, and they're just the result of the sailor's mind fucking losing it after being on endless water for so long. Or maybe they all had untreated syphilis and they were just going crazy out there. Mermaid syphilis, though.
So your NDA is expired and you could talk about this. You used to work at a secret Starbucks, is that right?
Yeah, there is a Starbucks that is like above reserve, like a Starbucks no one's ever heard of or been to. All right. Have you ever wondered while driving in Los Angeles, how come you've never seen like Will Smith stuck in traffic on the 405?
Yeah.
I've never seen a 1%er just in their car stuck in traffic.
Why is that?
That's because there's a series of intricate tunnels underneath Los Angeles known as the Actor Bond. I'm not kidding. Like, they get access points to move through the city without ever having to be in traffic. You can come up in LAX. You can pop up at Dodger Stadium. Underneath there in those tunnels,
research on that
is Starbucks set up at different locations to allow them to get coffees while they're driving. All
Who's
of
them?
Seinfeld.
You've
Oprah,
seen Seinfeld down there?
Bono. I've seen Seinfeld down there. Dude, almond milk latte, 2 shots.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was he a good tipper?
They don't have to pay.
So this has been underneath Los Angeles for a few years now? I mean, how long has this been there for?
I mean, it predates me. It seems like the city was built on top of it. So, I mean, I think this goes all the way back to the 20s.
This doesn't seem real almost. This is crazy.
I imagine how I sound saying it to people.
Yeah, I've been going crazy because the bioengineered food shit. This has got bioengineered. The turnout bioengineered almost every week. Hungry Jack bioengineered. This shit is like you make you put in your chicken. Bioengineered motherfucking grits, bitch. It says bioengineered food, not an ingredient. This whole thing is 3D. Of course, anything Campbell's. Bitch, the El Paso enchilada sauce is bioengineered. Bitch, Ritz crackers. I ate this whole box this week. I got one little sleeve left. Because I done ate the fuck out of them. Motherfucking noodles is too, which I think we all knew these wasn't good for you because how cheap they are, but still. No wonder they don't taste the same. Pizza rolls. Yes, that includes Tostinos. Bluebell contains bioengineered. And Ben & Jerry's don't. This fucking Butterfinger, bioengineered. The whole damn bag of Grand's Pillsbury's cinnamon rolls, bioengineered. I ain't even opened these yet. Motherfucking Rice Krispies. And these sons of bitchin' marshmallows. No wonder when I made Rice Krispie treats, they tasted funny. Even the fucking bread, dude. The fucking bread! Oh, Piggly Wiggly's in on it too, huh? Oh no, this is engineered too.
That's what this. That's the American diet. All that highly processed, Nothing but carbs, nothing but sugar. That's the standard American diet, right? And they make it addicting. They make it addicting. Those Rice Krispie treats, those cinnamon rolls, you can eat that whole damn thing and want more. And the next day want it. Like, think about drinking. Like, you can go, I would go like on 3 days of drinking. I'm like, I can't drink no more for, 3 or 4 days. I'm done. I'm tapped out, right? You go to Vegas, I'm done by Sunday. I'm done. But this food, every single day you want it, you crave it until you get out of it, which I'm struggling with too. But until you get out of that food, when you get out of it, life changes, y'all. And I'm working hard. I just had me 2 burger patties and 2 chicken drumsticks, and I feel amazing. I feel full. I'm sipping on this. I'm sure this isn't good, right? But you gotta live a little bit, right? I don't drink alcohol no more. This is my alcohol. But still, consistency.
It's part of the fix. It makes me think of Michael Jordan's dad. He got killed on the side of the road.
Michael knew that. They busted Michael. Michael ain't got no money. Michael broke. That's chump stuff.
It was like a gambling thing or something.
Okay, gambling. Broke. But they said, now we got this one Negro, so we don't have to get no more. His wife filed for divorce, and they said, he ain't got no money. Watch y'all just stay there. How did it come out? Because Michael Jordan, the restaurants he owned, he signed a contract where he would show up X amount of times a year, and they went to court and found he just had 2%. So when they busted him, shaving points. Then in the process, they said, oh, wow, man, Magic Johnson's done the same thing. So they said, oh, we're in trouble. That is basketball. So they made a deal. Magic, you say that you have AIDS, and you won't get out. He kept gaining weight, man. Then the next thing you know, he was killed. Well, how come all them billionaire white folks that's dying from it didn't follow him? He never had it. Okay? And that big scandal with the basketball owner out there.
Oh, yeah, Sterling.
Yeah, sure. So here's what they did with Michael. Found his daddy dead in a car. So I go talk to a couple state troopers. They say in the car, he just bought that car for his dad. And the name of the salesperson in Illinois, his car was voted Magic and all. So we're going to get out. I'm just taking this is too hard. So he went to say, you want to play baseball. And then once he cooled out, stay in shape, then he comes back. When Magic tried to come back, Malone said, I won't be out there playing with no AIDS. It's a
game.
Give me your Mount Rushmore of conspiracies that maybe you don't think are true, but just that you find the most interesting. Okay, you don't have to say I believe this one, but just give me your Mount Rushmore.
I'd say MK Ultra, the Epstein one, just because of how deep it really goes. Like, people think it's just like this surface level thing, but I think it is so far reaching and so deep. Say moon landing.
Okay.
I don't doubt we've been there, but I don't think we went when we said we did and filmed it and had a telephone call to the president. I don't believe this one, but there's a lot of questionable stuff surrounding it. The 9/11 conspiracy.
Which conspiracy?
That it was like an inside job.
That would be bad. Give me your...
If everyone knew what MrBeast is affiliated with, they would immediately recognize that his come-up was not organic. Now, we all know he just signed with the Schmucker Foundation, right? Which is shocking in itself, because in the video, with the Schmucker president, he does this at the 33-second mark, which also is very telling, but also shocking. However, what is not known is that the Creative Artists Agency, which many of the most popular YouTubers are signed with, it's a talent agency. It manages you, right? Now, he is not signed with the CAA, but he is a key participant in a new program developed by YouTube in partnership with CIA to create tools that allow high-profile figures to blah, 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 blah. But look at this. But surely you must be wondering, what does the Creative Artists Agency in California look like from an aerial view?
Oh dear.
Well, no big deal. Just an all-seeing eye pyramid with the Eye of Horus and the Eye of Providence. And, of course, the Freemasonic compass as well. So the question you gotta ask yourself is this a coincidence? Oopsie. Or are they completely hiding in plain sight what's going on, telling you who's in control, telling you, like, these are fingerprints for who's pulling the strings. They say the eyes are useless if the mind is blind. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and follow for more.
But I'm gonna tell you, bro, being a bodyguard for certain people, the talent will show up to a place for a video shoot. Everything is already laid out. The talent will have no idea that they're in a ritual. Sometimes they change the flooring digitally. When they showed up, they wasn't standing on a pentagram, but when the video come out, they are. I've seen that happen. And then you got some people, when you show up to the video set, you see a weird lady there, and they offering you help. And I've seen an artist before say, listen, y'all offering me this help, but I'm not gonna give up anything for y'all to help me. And they said, well, good luck to you, young man. And his album never even came out after that.
While flying my drone along some cliffs, I saw this.
Stones are heavy too.
Every week, I go exploring for ancient sites and hidden discoveries that aren't well known or easy to find. If you enjoy this type of exploration content, follow my channel for more.
So would you say the Little Season is the reason that all these buildings were burned to the ground then? In the last episode?
That's a really great maybe evidence that we are living after a more glorious time than this. So yeah, then what if Jesus was around 700 AD, the temple's destroyed in 770 AD. Then 1,000 years later is right when you have the American Revolution, and it's followed by the French Revolution. Right. There's just war and chaos. And yeah, if you look up any major United States city and you just type in Great Fire, there'll be one. Obviously, everybody remembers like the famous stories about like Chicago being destroyed because Molly, the cow kicked over the lamp and burned the whole city down.
That's our Chicago girl. She knows all that.
Yeah. And then you have like places like San Francisco that was supposedly burned down like 6 times and destroyed by earthquakes several times. But every time you see it, like when you see the pictures of it, it doesn't look like, I mean, you do see some of the pictures of rubble and destruction, but you think about buildings that are made of stone and brick. Would it really look like World War I, like in that city, if it was just a fire caused by a cow?
No.
It's more like that. It does seem like that there was a reset, I believe, when the book of Revelation took place. That's where you get like the sediment and the mud flood over some of these buildings, a lot of buried things all around the whole earth, from like Easter Island to Phoenix. They'll dig down and find stuff that like they didn't know was there.
Right.
What you might have had is a more recent reset that probably was in the 19th century, where whatever knowledge we had with the past was broken because they were destroying evidence of our past. The buildings, the libraries, you name it. That's where I think that we were really disconnected with what's true. And then you get into like some more crazy stuff about like insane asylums and orphan trains and all that kind of stuff in the 1800s, where the 1800s probably the craziest century. If you do any research, it just makes no sense at all.
No, I was watching an interview with somebody talking about, how he didn't believe certain things and how easy it is to lie to the new generation. And he put it as in a metaphor saying, like, look at hip hop, right? Because he was a hip hop artist. Like, these kids now, me included, right? I don't know. I never listened to, Kool Mo D. I never listened to, these old school hip hop artists, right? So he's like, just one generation, you can wipe that out of the history, and the majority of people won't even know. Now imagine 10 generations, how much you can lie about the past and rewrite history, and that's true. Like with this, like he said in the 19th century, like how easy would that be to wipe? Like, do you know, like we've seen clips, like, do you know your great 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 grandmother, grandfather? Do you know what they look like? Do you know their name? Do you know where they're from? No. Wipe that history out. You don't even know, right? So it's very simple to rewrite history.
I was a tattoo artist for 10 years, so I could tell you the truth about tattoos. I don't know who need to hear this, but if you think about getting a tattoo, you need to be very careful. You need to pray and ask God. Because for one, tattoos carry spirits. From my time in my career tattooing, I realized that not only are spirits transferable, but a person could be giving you a tattoo. They're dealing with depression. They're having you get a tattoo from the wrong artist, and that spirit can jump on you. Not only that spirit, but other spirits can try to jump on you. Not only try, but can possess you from getting a tattoo from the wrong person. Or even getting a tattoo of the wrong thing. There are many tattoos out there that people just should not get, whether it's right or wrong, point blank, period. I'm not the one that's going to tell you, don't get a tattoo. I'm the one that's going to warn you on what's going on. Let every man live by his own convictions. I call out sin when it's sin, but when it comes to tattoos, I got to let you know. Be careful what you get, because a lot of things and a lot of spirits will manifest from the images that you put on your body. And you won't even know that you've cursed yourself. Good thing Jesus Christ is a curse breaker.
But these like billionaire dudes, they're on a whole different level. They're hunting all kind of stuff. There's even like stories of like billionaires hunting people.
There's the island story.
Yeah. They'll hire homeless people or different people from all around the world who need money. And like, hey, you survive, you get $100,000.
Squid Games?
Yeah. You don't think they do that?
I do think
For sure.
For sure, they have.
These people have a bloodlust. Okay, I've conquered the earth. What else can I conquer?
Right.
People. And there's many stories of that, like where they're just picking people up, people disappearing.
There are a lot of people are disappearing.
A lot.
Haven't met somebody that I know disappear yet.
Let's never hope that happens.
Yeah.
Because like we have the most missing people and kids more than anybody else.
Yeah,
that's
which
weird.
is crazy.
United States?
Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know how many kids went missing during the Biden administration? 400,000 in 1 year. What do you think the immigration was really about? Because you got all these people undocumented coming over for what? Oh, okay, let's let them all in. Unaccounted for. So we can have them do what? Slave labor. We can traffic them. We do whatever we want. And nobody's looking for them. Who's looking for them?
Right. Oh, man. Do you know anything about...
I'm right here on the border, y'all, and people that, like, a lot of people that live here work with a lot of things to do with immigration, the border, right? Like courts, camps, right? And somebody was telling this story about these young females coming over, getting impregnated by these guards, right? Officers. And the baby's never heard of. They take the baby. I don't know what they do with it. Now, that was first on, hands on deck story from somebody that was in those camps, a worker, like a MA, right? Medical assistant, something like that. That was recently. That was, I moved here in 2023. So that's that recent that's going on. Never heard of the kids. The woman's wiped off the mom. So that's going on, y'all. That's going on with these so-called ICE, so-called immigration, whatever you want to call it. It's going on.
Bro, look at y'all produce at the grocery store. Look what's under it. Boy, look at all that black mold with the fan blowing. The moldy water all on your shit. Boy, look, Ace. Rinse it down with the mold water. That's horrible.
You walk by this dude in the street and not know who he is. Most wealthiest athlete in the world. Black guy. Was the left eye?
I think what's happened is we have medical that's trying to outsmart the human body. If you look at the 80s, you look at the 90s, the athlete hasn't changed. 46-inch vertical from MJ Dominique Wilkins is the same 40-inch vertical here. What has changed is training. I worked out 3 times a day. I made sure my muscles was firing at all levels. I slept, I ate, I lifted. My body was conditioned to do what I was doing. Now you have more rest. What ends up happening with more rest is if you're a bodybuilder, if you can lift 350 as your max and you take a week off and then try to lift that same 350, you're gonna tear something. These guys are resting so much in unconditioned bodies moving at speeds that the body's not ready to move at.
Stalk your account. They doing so cold now, bro. They'll stalk your account, bro. I'll stalk your account if I'm a girl, and I'll be like, oh, okay, these are the type of girls. They got websites that'll show you everything that you like. So they'll be like, oh, TA, he like this type of girl. And they'll create a profile based off of that. So when they reach out to you, you damn near, it's like you design, you go hit them back, bro.
Hit back.
And then they like, hey, FaceTime me. And you like, cool, I'll FaceTime you. Like, then I know you real. And then you FaceTime them, they screenshot you, they'll take their picture off and put some child shit up there, some bull. And then they'll hit you like, hey, if you don't want this to come out, you gotta pay me. And you gotta pay them, bro. With AI, bro, this shit look too real. They doing.
And don't even get me started on the former players that are gossiping now and that love to shit on players too. Please don't even get me started, bro. Y'all remember when I was inside the NBA, right? When I stood up there with Kenny, Shaq, and Ernie, you know what I mean, and Charles. I'm sitting up there after they just talk shit. I'm a man of principle, bro. I'm standing up there. I don't give a fuck. It's not them that I'm afraid of. It's not them. They have no say so. It's just when you shit on players. Of course, if the criticism is warranted, absolutely, I'm with that, bro. We all want to be better at our craft. We all want to be great. At least some of us. But when y'all sitting up there and y'all having these debates and then I'm sitting up there and y'all trying to smile in my face, who the fuck is faking it? It ain't me.
I've been telling y'all for years, it's rigged. So why would I play a rigged game? Yeah. But all sports is rigged. Nigga, everything is rigged. The president's election, nigga, everything is rigged. So, nah, homie, that's just some bullshit. They've been doing this forever. The NFL got the same thing. Why do you think there's a point spread? Why do you think there's a point spread in the newspaper? Okay. Why do you think there's a point spread? Yeah, I ain't never like that. Hey, why can't you just bet? Why can't you just bet and say this team go win? Facts. If they win, why? And why you think if this shit ain't rigged? Why you think favorite to win by 1.5? You know how many times that point done killed the nigga? You know how many times 1 point done hurt people and they get down to the wire? Who predicting this? And it comes almost down to what the spread is. How can they be that pinpoint? But how can they manipulate the game to that, you know what I'm saying, to that detail? They control the system. All you need is refs making calls. More calls toward this one to control the point spread.
You know what's crazy too is the referees are all average Joes. They're not getting paid NFL money. They're getting paid. I mean, that's a lot of money. What they're probably getting paid 200 or 300. But when you're sitting around players that are making 100 million, you're sitting in the room with these owners that are making billions, these coaches that are making millions, and you're making 100,000. Right? That's a lot of money, right? 100,000. That's a lot. I can make a damn good living with that. But like, say you're making 100,000, but you're surrounded by these women, by the diamonds, by the cars, by the houses, and you're over here in this, middle class house. You're easy to manipulate.
That pressure thing is nothing to me, man. I do the best I can and let the chips fall where they may. You know that about me by now, quick.
And the meter's still running, Richard. Still going. Oh, Rozier turned it over again. Having a tough night. And Rozier off the DHO. And he turned it over.
So obvious.
And here comes speedy Terry Rozier. Oh, threw it over the head of Ware, who saves the possession. Rozier, baseline driving, could not finish.
When all of a sudden there was hundreds of thousands of dollars coming in on Terry Rozier unders for a relatively meaningless game in March, involving the Charlotte Hornets, the sportsbooks caught it. They told the NBA right away, and guess what? The NBA, Rozier didn't play the rest of the season, and he had faked the injury, so it wasn't because of the injury. The NBA pulled him.
But think about if you could get all your homies rich by telling them, yo,
no shit,
bet $10,000 on my under, this one game I'm gonna act like I got an injury and I'm gonna sit out. I'm gonna come out after 3 minutes, and they all get a little bag because you did it one game. Like that is.
If you're a billionaire, you're most likely not a good person in the first place. Guys, in order to become a billionaire, you have to fuck people over. You have to create a big enough product. You have to be stingy. It's very hard to become a billionaire. There's obviously a few people that are out there with big hearts, but it's the truth. Look into it. To become a billionaire, you gotta be a piece of shit. I would be way richer if I didn't give a fuck about you guys. I didn't do giveaways, and all this shit. I'll never become a billionaire. I had a discussion with someone on my team about it. I was like, bro, I would never be a billionaire. They said, why? Because I'm not a piece of shit.
I just read what the owner of the Dolphins tried to offer Brian Flores $100K to tank the season. I'm gonna tell y'all some crazy. The year that I got cut, and some athletes, I told athletes, hey man, I feel like our season getting sabotaged. That's just how I feel. There's no way that we should be running the same exact plays. I remember going into Coach Garrett's office, asking, hey man, I look forward to the game plan. Why am I lining up in the same place each and every week? Like if these guys on the other side not getting paid. There be times in the game I line up, I know I'm one-on-one. Dak don't even look my way. So many times on film, it was so many times on film, so that ball was not coming to me. So it got to the point where I got frustrated, and I was like, shit, I'm going to iron this shit out in the media. That's what I'm going to do. Because at the end of the day, we the ones who take that heat. We the ones who got to deal. I'm like, man, you know what, man? I can't deal with it. I told Terrence Williams, and I told Cole Beasley. Right before I did that interview, this interview probably going to get me cut. And I was good with that. You can ask any one of them. I said, I was good with that.
See, that's where you see these players, the ones that speak out are victimized, right? Des Bryant, terrible teammate. Who would want him on our team? Terrible. Terrell Owens, terrible. Right? Who else? Chad Johnson. All these players that speak out, and the media makes the fans turn on them, saying they're the ones that ruined this team. They're the reason the Cowboys had a downfall. When really there's a script, right? They're sabotaging. The coaches are sabotaging their own year, their own team, sabotaging them. But when the player's like, you know what, I'm sick of this. This is going to get me cut. He already knew it going into it. So you got to get a respect for Des Bryant now, right? I always was like, before I was, knowledgeable in this, like, man, I wouldn't want that dude. Like, people would be saying, like, get Des Bryant on the Cardinals. Like, I don't want him. He'll ruin your team, right? But really, he's just speaking out against the system. And anytime you speak out against the system, you're either one, you're crazy. You're either two, you're a terrible person, because the system needs you to stay in line, catch the ball when it's thrown your way. And if you do that, you're going to have a long, successful career. But if you speak out and say you should be getting the ball or this is all rigged, you're done.
Why is it that every time the Epstein files resurfaces on the news media and goes viral and gets a little steam and people are asking for the Epstein files, people are randomly getting pew-pewed? You noticing a trend here? I can't be the only one. And I'm not really on that type of time with the conspiracy theory stuff, but I got two eyes that can see. And I have a thing called common sense. The young lady who got assassinated in her home, Charlie Kirk, and even though I hate the guy, now 2 National Guards in DC who were supposed to be deployed, they were supposed to leave. But Trump put an emergency motion in to force those National Guards to stay. Now he's sending 500 more of them in DC. Are you guys not seeing a trend here every time? And then even before the young lady who got assassinated in her home, wasn't there 2 quote unquote attempts on Trump's life before he even became the president? And they were talking about the Epstein files then too? Nah, something not right, bro.
Things are getting stirred up big time. Candace is now asking Erica to start talking about what she knows. Not only that, she's hinting at what she feels is another great reset and a WAR that's literally already here. Kind of odd because we've been talking about that as well. Sometimes stuff is just in the air, huh? So first, the whole Erica thing. By the way, y'all need to stop adding stuff y'all don't own.
First, I'm hopeful that Erica Kirk will issue a statement. I think in this new capacity, CEO and chairman, that we deserve an answer about that check, that phone call. We deserve a clear answer on that, and no dancing around it. Because I said my sources were pretty solid on that, and I am just kind of trying to digest the devastation of it all, really, to be honest with you.
And this also while she points a very hard finger at the leadership of TPUSA. Also at the same time, we have a whole bunch of accounts saying the same exact thing, just a duplicate all over Twitter. Crazy, right? And so now we're here, where she's talking about a great WAR, maybe a possible new reset because she's been having dreams or visions or whatever. And regardless what you think about what she's saying, you can look around and see what happened on Thanksgiving and just a day or two after Thanksgiving. 2 separate things with stuff having to do with the Middle East here in America, or possibly Venezuela, the threats going to Venezuela and to Colombia, the war in Ukraine and Russia, and also there's a Middle Eastern place still bombing things and ceasefires broken. Where's the peace?
I have a sense of dread that a lot of these events that are happening, these inexplicable events like the Malibu fires, sort of coastal events, the Texas floods, that this is not happening by accident, okay? I have a feeling of a sense of dread that the Fed is taking from Americans right now, and that we are heading toward war, okay? I'm gonna share that. I feel that we are headed toward war, but not war by any means necessary, and that you need to be, wherever you are in the world, fully dialed into that. And these things tend to happen, world wars, when they want a reset because people start waking up.
What blows my mind is the synchronicity happening with this situation. I hadn't even seen this yet. And on my YT show tonight, I was talking about how this is coming. We prepare right now. And I tell you how to prepare in that video. Like wishing it away, not gonna work. When these whistleblowers the last few months have been warning us, it's because there's something coming. I'll leave you with this. The stagehands are always preparing the stage for the performance.
I always said that, like, I feel like these powers that be, these elites, are milking us for as much money as they can because the end is coming. A great reset is coming. So they're milking the heck out of us everywhere. Houses, insurance, gas, food, everything is milking us. Milking. They quit giving us seeds in our fruits and vegetables, right? Like they're planning for this, y'all.
Nice shirt.
Hey, thanks, man. You have a cigarette?
I don't have a cigarette.
Okay, thanks.
Hold on, man. You became real normal the second I started talking fist bump.
Because you're normal. Hey, you got a buck?
I don't have anything, I promise you. But hey, nice shirt. Holy shit, they're paid actors. They're paid actors. They choose to tweak.
He chose. He just, hey man, you have a cigarette?
Holy fuck. They're normal.
All right, family, there you have today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, what you can do if you made it this far, leave that like, comment, subscribe, y'all. I appreciate it. Got to cut it short. Got to get out. Got to get a hike in. Got to hit the grocery store. A little late to the video. When I have the baby, I'm like disciplined with my time. I take advantage of my time. When I don't have them, I sit there and drink coffee for 3 hours. I sit there on the phone for an hour. You know, I go take my time, y'all. But, you know, we'll get better. We'll get better. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm going to see you guys on the next one. This is Segovia signing out of the Man Cave. I'll see y'all then. Later.